Hey y'all, so it's a beautiful spring day. It may be about 72, and I know it's been a while since I've posted. I've kind of gotten lazy about the garden, but I have been gardening. A lot is growing, and I don't know. It grows, and then I'm like, oh, I don't feel like harvesting it, but it's growing nonetheless. I'm growing inside, I'm growing outside. So I have started my cool weather crops. I planted a salad bed, so that's really growing. Probably more than I can eat. I have shared it a couple times. I have planted peas and pole beans. I planted the radishes. They didn't do too good. Also, once I tasted them, I'm like, ooh, I don't remember radishes being like this. They were hot. So, yeah, that wasn't my favorite thing. So now I've planted out my tomatoes. So I have tomatoes growing. My salad bed is still flourishing. I know it's going to get warmer and those will no longer be good. So at some point, I am going to just pull them from the root. So let me take you all on a little tour. I actually came out here today because I had some pansies growing inside, and I think it's time for me to put them outside. So I'm just going to fill up the little containers that I had around the fence, and some of them had fell off, so I am going to fill those up, and hopefully those pansies will flourish more and actually flower. So let me show you all the garden. So this is where I have planted tomatoes. I have two types of tomatoes growing. One is a Jubilee and one is a yellow pear. I think one is a Jubilee and one is a yellow pear. And in between, I have planted marigolds. So hopefully that will help with the pest control. In the back, I have my pole beans. Over here, I have my peas. Now, I thought this was a bush pea that did not trellis, but these seem to be trellising, so I put those two tomato rings in there. Hopefully that will help. But I do see some flowers, so hopefully the little flying bugs, pollinators, whatever they're called, will start pollinating and we'll get some peas because I love peas, so I hope to be able to freeze a lot. Over here is my salad bed. Now the white stuff is the 7 that I have sprinkled for pest control. I have over here, I have some kale. I have some spinach. Over there, I have some mustards. I have romaine lettuce, Italian lettuce, Swiss chard, and arugula. Yum, yum, yum. Over here, I have watermelons and cantaloupe. Now, it's probably too soon to have them out, but they had started to grow so tall inside that I said I need to get them outside. Most of the cantaloupe did not survive, but 2 of them did, and hopefully they will flourish. Now, I specifically got this bed for my melons, but Guys, I am not sure if I am going to get enough sunlight on that garden bed for my melons. I may at some point have to move them. I thought that was a very sunny area. Maybe it's only really sunny in the summer, but this big tree, it just shades everything. So we will see. I have my hostas. They are growing wonderfully. This plant in the middle is a hydrangea. Hopefully that will flower soon. My azalea bushes, they have flowered and looks like the flowers have fallen off, so not sure how long azalea flowers last. So guys, that is my garden. Come along with me as I plant my pansies. Now, I wanted to grow as much as possible from seed because I have been spending so much money on seedlings over the past 2 summers that I said, I'm not going to do it. I am going to plant seeds, start my own seedlings in the house, and see what happens. Save me some money. So yeah, these are my pansy seedlings. I've had them inside under a grow light. It's time for me to get them in some real dirt. Now they are looking a little withered today. I guess they are in need of some water. I thought I have been watering them, but we're gonna see what happens, you all. Hopefully they will perk up. Now I chose pansies because I noticed that some pansies that I had planted last year, even when it started getting really cold, those pansies were still were doing pretty well. So I think pansies can withstand some cold weather. So I have some garden soil here. Miracle Grow for in-ground, all-purpose. And I know it says for in-ground, but I'm using it for these little containers. Now I got these little containers from the dollar store, maybe 2 summers ago. I haven't been able to find them now. They have the plastic ones, but I really like these. And all along my gate, I hung these. A couple of them fell off because I had just hung it with some zip tie, and I guess the colder it get, the freeze, the thaw, it just snapped. But I put a hole right there to hang it on the gate, and because there are no drainage holes, I put 2 drainage holes in the bottom, and I just used a screwdriver and hit it with a hammer and made some holes. So that's what I did, and this is what I'm gonna do. Fill it up, water this dirt, and let's see what we get. Hope for the best, y'all. Hope for the best. I don't really like this tray because I can't pop it out as well, but the other trays where they have the, maybe if I take these rubber gloves off, there is a hole underneath here, but I just can't seem to get these out. There are some trays that they pop right out, but this one has not proven to be that, so I end up with a handful of dirt. But yeah, I'm gonna just, so my hands will probably be really dirty, and I will be really dirty after all of this, but it is what it is, y'all. Just see what I can make of this. I didn't want to put my hands in the dirt, but it does not seem to be popping out very well. So we just have to adjust. Yeah, I bought this dirt when they had it on sale, and it's been sitting in my car for weeks. They were like $2 a bag, and I was like, oh no, these are the ones I got these from Walmart. That's right. And this was a 2 cubic. No, this one is a 0.75 cubic foot. I did get some a while back from Walmart for $5. It was a 2 cubic. I thought that was a steal. So whenever I find some dirt on sale, if I anticipate I'll be needing some soon, then I'll get it and just carry it around in my car, because dirt is not cheap either. Surprisingly, that's why folks plant in the ground. But us fake gardeners, I would not call myself a real gardener. I do raised beds and containers. And I am in zone 7B in North Carolina. So I'm closer to the Virginia border. Most of Carolina, or parts of Carolina, are in zone 8. I don't know if it's 8A, 8B, but I found that I was in zone B. So yeah, our last frost was April 21st. So I do have my cucumbers and my peppers growing inside. So when I get when I get a sufficient space that's direct sun, because right now I have my peas and my cool weather crops. They're out, and the peas and the beans are getting the best sun, and my peppers are going to definitely need that sun. So maybe once they are ready to come outside, the peas and the beans, they'll be ready. They have already been harvested, and I will have enough space for those. That's my hope, that they don't need the same time, the same space, whatever. You know what I'm trying to say. I need that space. I'll just lay these on top, and then I'll plant them in the holes. So if I have a whole lot of these because I wanted a lot of pansies. Whenever I find something grows really well and I don't have to plant it too often, like these pansies, they last a while. So I said, if I plant a lot of them, if I grow them from seed, then I'll have a lot of flowers around my yard. But I don't know, y'all, if these pansies are gonna survive or not, because they looking a little suspect. We will see. We will check back in a little while. I don't know if they've been in this container too long. I don't know why they're looking so limp today. But yeah, I've picked up so many hobbies, you guys, that I just enjoy all of them. And I don't want to say gardening has taken a back seat, because it has not. I'm just not out here every single day like I was when I had less hobbies. So I've taken up bike riding. I've always ridden my bike, but I've actually started riding with other people, and they're doing more distant riding. So I'm really enjoying that, you know. And so that takes up some time. I also do water aerobics. That takes up some time. I actually took swimming lessons. Although I took swimming lessons in high school. We had to pass swimming to pass gym. Why I didn't know how to swim recently. How did I pass gym if I didn't know how to swim? And I knew all the basics, but the older I got, the more afraid I was to put my head under the water. So I say you can't swim unless your head is under the water. So they taught me how to turn my head and breathe. I need a lot more practice, but now I can say basically I know how to swim. I ain't gonna be entering no competitions no time soon. And I'm not gonna be jumping off a cruise ship. But if I happen to fall over, hopefully I can save myself. So yeah, that's what's been going on. I've been doing a lot of swimming. I've been doing a lot of biking. And so I'm not out in the garden every single day. I am making sure that things get watered. And I am checking to see what I can harvest. And do I feel like harvesting it? So yeah. And I thought these pansies were doing pretty good, but I don't know, y'all. They looking suspect here. Anyway, I will show you all what it looks like when I'm done. And if they die, once we place them on the fence, I may be pressed to actually buy some flowers, some flower seedlings, which I am hoping I do not, because seedlings are expensive. But I do like to have flowers that someone passing by playing a car radio. I do like to have flowers all in the garden. So we will see. Let me finish getting these planted, and I will show you all the results. All right, y'all, so this is what they're looking like. Pretty suspect. I am not thinking I will get very much bloom from this. So what I have proposed to do, I have plenty more flower seeds, all different kinds, and I am just going to sprinkle them in these pots. I don't know what it's going to look like, but something is bound to grow, I'm sure. I got some sunflowers, some more pansy seeds, some Gaillardia aristata blanket flowers, some marigolds, some morning glory. So I'm gonna sprinkle them in these pots and we gonna see what happens. All right, y'all, so this is what I did. I sprinkled these seeds on top of what I already had, and I covered it with some dirt, and I watered it real good. Now either we're gonna have blooming flowers or we just gonna have a mess. So if you can see, I have these little pots around the fence. I am going to hang these that I have planted in those empty spaces. We're supposed to have some rain tomorrow and see what we get. I will keep you all posted. In the meantime, thank you for watching. I ask you to live on purpose. You can follow me on TikTok at dtim50, if I'm not mistaken, and on Instagram at dtim70. Until next time, bye.